Welcome back again, guys. Typhus here with another episode of the Final Fantasy XII Randomizer. Today we've started off in the lovely Feywood, and we'll be heading towards Giruvegun. Hopefully getting out one or two of the marks that are in there. And we enter this area to be ambushed by a rather aggressive pot plant, who's probably going to get absolutely obliterated. The Rafflesia. Oh, that music is so not appropriate for it. Ah yes, I have Penelo with her invisible bow. And yep, he's almost dead. And he is dead. Oh. And that MP drain field that this guy casts was totally efficient. With everyone also having NP 0 on their attacks. This boss is one of the ones that I half the time forget exists, because he's just sort of there. And he just appears, dies, is not super duper challenging. Even when you're doing him like casually, he's not like, say, the Daedalus that's at the beginning of Giruvegun, who hits hard. And also has a bit more of a unique cutscene. I do have Sap, which has been replaced by Regen. And we'll just zone and rezone and spawn the mark. Normally, if you're playing through this in proper story fashion, you can't access said mark until after you've completed Giruvegun. But this is the randomizer, so you have access to all the standard marks right from the get-go. None of the clan marks. And now we have Marlborough to deal with. The wild Marlborough. So, Varn's laser beams take care of the ads pretty nicely. And then the rest of them... Man, that Seismograph has got a really quick charge time. This thing, I believe, can cast physical resist on... Yeah, he fully healed himself there with his soul etude, I think it was. Or no, that would have boosted its defenses. But yeah, this thing can go magic null, or no, physical null at low HP. And being a Marlborough there, he's immune to physical. That's fine. We'll just have Varn deal with it. He'll be able to take care of it relatively easily. But yes, being a Marlborough, this thing also absolutely loves spamming his status effects. But he seems to be quite tolerant of... Varn lost out on the XP. Ha. Oh well. Alright, well, Wild Marlborough did not appreciate being laser beamed. Any treasures in here? No. Yes, so his status effects never really came into play because he died. Just died a little bit too fast for that. Alright. So in these areas I will be having the overlay map up, just because the mini-maps completely rendered unusable in this area, and because these areas are shrouded in deep fog, it's very easy to become lost. Which, I guess in the original PS2 versions of this game, that was kind of like added to the challenge of this late game area. You've got the snowfields. Ooh, nice lumber. Ooh, treasure. You got the snowfields with high level enemies. So you got to be dealing with those. And then, no, Varn. That thing has reflect. I did not want Varn obliterating my party. I'll put his gambits back on later, once we're through this area. But yeah, you got a large field with low visibility, almost no landmarks, or difficult to see landmarks. And like, if you don't have the overlay map, it makes navigation a lot harder. So having the overlay map does nerf a lot of the challenge for the area. but it does make it a lot nicer to traverse quickly. Yes, Mirror Knights, they can drop mirror mail and they can have auto reflect. And auto reflect with Scathe on one of my guys is not going to end well. Well, we'll probably end with a dead party. Alright, but now we're out of reflect dudes, so you'll be good. No treasures in this area. Oh, thank heavens. This area sucks for trying to find all the treasures. There's a lot of different spawns and not easy to spot. Alright, proc the Feywood glyph. Yep. Rotate camera to find said path. Follow the trees. Go in a straight line. Not look left and right to whatever the enemies that Penelo has distracted by. And then trigger the lights. Alright, over this way. Oh, reapply your status effects, I guess. But yeah, can you imagine navigating this area with no minimap? It does have some landmarks with these towers, and you can always press select or whatever the equivalent is on PS4 or PS5 controllers, or Switch or Xbox or whatever the default PC controls are. I always play with using the controller on the even though I'm on the PC. So I have no idea what the default PC key bindings are. But you can bring those and then you will have the actual map, which you can kind of use to navigate. Okay, so this is the glyphless one. One of these is glyphless. Ignoring all of the things. It's nice that she can almost one-shot them. That's just how bonkersly overpowered the Seitengrat bow is. The fact that everyone can use it as well, regardless of job class and whatnot. There we go. Rotate camera to find path. Hold forwards. Hope nothing decides to ambush you, and take on these dudes. Now, I also have to remember who I gave Belias to. I don't think I've given Belias to anyone yet. And we've got next path. Because we'll have to bring Belias out for his one mandatory summon. Oh, there's a Giruvegun over there. The sort of weird shadow dino who got one shot with a critical. Bye, I guess. Just absolutely wrecked. So yeah, Seitengrat does make doing the final boss a completely absolute trivial matter, but the Hellworm is still going to pose a challenge, and we can go off and do him. Alright, so rotation. Oh, it's what's this way anyway. Got the Gigas Gate. Giant gate in the middle of nowhere. Right, now to find out who... Whoops. Who has Belias? Okay, there's Belias. I'm currently using Penelo. You can have Belias. Okay. Bring out the mist. Bring out the summon. I will probably accidentally be using the wrong circle or X buttons. Oh hey, you can be bubbled. I did not actually know you could be bubbled. I thought you'd be immune, Belias. And you're just going to chill there. Alright, Gigas Gate. Touch the gate. Oh, that's cool. You've got the opening arpeggio for the summon music. This is, what is it? Is this number 1 or number 2's battle for music? One of the two. Definitely, it's up there with my favourite battle themes. I want to say 2. I want to say this is Final Fantasy II's battle theme. It's been so long since I've played those games. But it's only going to be for this area, it's not going to be for the boss. Well, it shouldn't be for the boss. Alright, touch the device. Because touching old random teleport devices is great, and shiny things in ruins is a great idea. Notice how huge this one is compared to the ones that you can spot in the Tomb of Wraithfall and in the Still Shine of Mirim, which you almost never get to see in these randomizers because it requires a key item to actually get to, or two technically, or yeah, one or two. And now we have the Daedalus. Who I don't think is going to last very long. He's a physical based guy, so Scathe should be... Oh yeah, his HP's almost gone. Bye, Daedalus. So I guess he was guarding the gates to Giruvegun to make sure, I suppose, unworthy people don't get in, although you have to have a summon to even get to the area, because this is also, I'm pretty sure this counts as a jugged area, so regular airships can't get in. I guess it's in the middle of the lake, so maybe you can walk a massive way around to get to it. So do we still get the battle thing? We do. Take a look at like the ruins on the lake do look pretty cool, and even with like the mist to just help to sort of disguise the fire, the skybox, it does look pretty good. They are ancient ruins, and you also got to remember these are massive ancient ruins. These are not human scale ones. Like, look at the size of the archways and such here. I guess it's monumental architecture, which means it is supposed to be bigger than that, but that's not a human-sized waystone. And when we get into Giruvegun proper, you see the rest of the architecture, things like stairs and whatnot, are not human-sized architecture. Oh, this is 7. It's like the town calm music, or... So yeah, oh, it's one of the story beats ones. Alright, we'll snipe these guys, flip switches. So I'll hopefully not have to go all the way through the Giruvegun section, and I can ignore the crystal section. I sure as hell am not doing a mega weapon, because getting to him is a horrible maze, and if you get lost, you get lost very, very badly. And spend like an hour trying to get unlost. But even if you're following a guide, if you make one accidental oopsie, it's like, it's quicker to reload your save. Alright, I can get rid of the, is there any, yeah, no treasures in this area. Wow. You can have stuff spawn. Yeah, so it's a giant pit down here. It's a weird city portal. Oop, that's should have been paying attention. This is not actually the way. We'll just take out the ones, but I will flick this Cthulhu's gate. Distracted by looking down the ravine. Yeah, it's just a really weird sort of city. But it works. It's designed to not look like human architecture. It doesn't really match anything that is in the rest of the game, as far as like the gates and that. But you can tell that it uses the same waystones as in the other areas, but specifically the other areas that use waystones are the areas that are lore-wise still associated with this place, because they're either associated with Dawn Shard which is the Tomb of Wraithwall, or the Still Sign of Miriam, which is also associated with the sort of Sword of Kings and whatnot. So, like, at that point, it's like, we know that the people who, well, creatures that built this, those guys, they've been mucking around with human history since, well, as far as we know, time immemorial, since history began. So presumably, like, them as the so-called gods were the ones who gave humans, like, the very first technology to build, or begin to build, the magic tech stuff. And maybe they were the ones who, like, introduced humans to the airship basic technologies and whatnot. And then humans just went and did human things. Maybe with a little bit more, like, history manipulation. So all these things are just dying horribly to sight and crat. And this, oops, around this way. This area is such a big zigzag. It's like, it's so long, and it's all so much all of the same stuff. So it's this area and Pharos. They're two later game dungeons, because they're such long areas and such long areas of essentially the same sort of corridory stuff. Definitely not my favourites. Alright, and we have the mysterious glowing green platforms. Look back up here, we can see the faint lights of where we were. And we begin to see something glowing down there, maybe? Ooh, that's... Oh, thank heavens, I thought there was an Entite down there. That would have been interesting. Because this is the realm of the Holy Entite. Alright, this one, there is a little bit of a back and forth to open up a few gates. Get rid of the... What are these, babbles? No, mithril golems. Who, surprise, surprise, they drop mithril. Or can do. If they're feeling so inclined. Alright. Now, you don't need to flip all the gates, I don't think. But these ones, it does not hurt flipping everything. One of the few places in the ancient room where flipping all the switches is not actually a bad thing. So, more of the behemoths. And, what are these? Gargoyles? Man, yeah, this music is makes this area so chill. It's a nice track. It's better than having, Cold Saucer or something like that. Alright, more behemoths. I think all the ones in the ruins here have the cleaver. Because some of the ones up on the, in the Feywood don't actually have the cleaver. And cleavered ones have a higher attack stat. Because, you know, they got a giant weapon. And gargoyle barons with their nice feathery wings. You know, I can probably dismiss the regen gambit from you. I'm not taking any damage, so regen's kind of pointless. And it's just slowing her down. Slightly. But yeah, can you imagine the commute from the top to the bottom every day? If you couldn't just, like, fly down? Oh, let's tag it onto something. Alright, we've got another gate saying... And the other gate is down. Right, now where are we and where do we want to go? So we want to go down there. Alright, so we head back up to trip that gate. And then back down to this gate. Yeah, this area is a bit of back and forth for gates. At least you can't accidentally re-lock your gates. Once it's open, it's open. Unlike in the Great Crystal, particularly in the Omega section, you can relock your gates, which is fun. The gates are kind of open like in pairs, and some of them are on timers, and yeah, it's fun. Trying to do the secondary section of the Great Crystal. Ah, that lovely laser beam. Alright. We have more... which Marlborough are these types again? Oh, Vivian's. That seems such a weird name for the Marlborough, because Vivian is like an actual proper Earth name. And it's like, oh, no, it's Marlborough. I do vaguely wonder if they must be called Vivian in the Japanese as well. Now, where the hell is this sodding gate switch? Gotten those ones. Oh, it should be there with the golems. Golems look after the gate switches. And they won't last too long, even if they do have shell. Oh dear, you did some damage. Oh, iron ore, touch device, and gate switch. Now that should be the one down there. And then we just take the green tinkly path. So yes, as we progress down to the through the mysterious structure. Oop, wrong button. Ah, goodness. But yes, this area is so much back and forth. Still not as bad as Pharos with all its... Well, not quite 99 floors, because you don't actually go through 99 floors per se. But many floors. I mean, it's long enough... That dungeon's long enough to have a second save crystal midway through it. No other dungeon really has it, because... I mean, you could argue that this in Feywood, but... Feywood's one dungeon, this is another dungeon, and they kind of blend into one, but the Pharos is literally one dungeon. It's... And because you can also hit the teleport crystal upon entering this area. So down here, up, someone's targeted one of the golems. And there we see even more glowy thing down there. Oh, there is another save crystal in here. I forgot about that. So we see... giant glowy thing. The like mother crystal of... I don't know. It's the giant lemon materia... Not materia, wrong game. It's the giant crystal. The great crystal. From which all the other little magicites are being cut from. We don't need to top up on any HP. Our guys are fully topped up. Thank you. Don't even need any MP. It's a great crystal of, I guess, the gods. How it formed, what it's doing, then no one really knows, it just is. Alright, so in this area there are no mobs spawned. See? Giant staircase. And this is the area where a mark does spawn. However, it cannot spawn at the moment. And then we go off across the invisible pathway, which will only spawn if you try and poke your way across. And if you don't know that it's there, you can spend an awful lot of time wandering around aimlessly going, okay, have I missed a trigger? What do I do now? There is no path. And we get ambushed. Because of course there's a boss. Excellent landing. And I guess he disables the pathway on his way in. So... Oh, we can't use techniques. Oh dear. That's going to be a massive hamper that I ever use techniques in regular gameplay anyway. So this is the only boss that you literally cannot steal from. Because steal is a technique. And you can't use techniques on him. He's also got a sizable amount of HP actually. But glowing green worm. Piercing Giruvegun. That works by damaging based on your max HP, not your current HP like regular Giruvegun. So that's potentially dangerous. And the tyrant is no more. And off into the abyss, you poor thing fall. And now we have a teleport crystal. Oh, well, waystone, not teleport crystal. It's still teleporties. You just shot there's an invisible arrow floating on the screen. It's just bobbing around on to the right of Pinello there. Because I'm pretty sure that was, and not just a glip on the screen. That was hilarious. The Zeitengrat may be invisible, but its arrows soar as heck aren't. Now, touch device. Go in. So further into Giruvegun, there are checks. There is an Esper, Shamhazi, but we do not want to bother doing that. There are no other bosses though deeper in, and Shamhazi, the Esper, only counts if you've reached the 4 or whatever number Esper threshold you happen to be at. Now this should be there. Find the way back. Now the mark should now spawn in this area. Yes, I can see enemies spawning, which means that he will be here somewhere. Well, and they've targeted onto those things. And this is an area of dense mist, so you might spot ghost images of party members floating about in the mist, which is kind of like a cool effect, especially given that this is originally a PS2 game, and they had that sort of an effect. Aha! Hello, Mark. Now, what are you called before I kill you? Paisodemon. And I don't think you're going to be much issue. Oh, did you heal yourself? Nope, you just died. Cool. So that's the Paisodemon done. That's all the marks here done. So I do have a couple of marks to hand in. So looking at my clan primer, hunts. So this done. All these guys are done. I can't hand you in because I don't have your tail. I haven't done you yet. Oh yeah. Wow, I can always go back and do you. Those are done. Cannot access that one because I need the barring key. Can't do that because I don't have his drop. I can do that. So he's in Arcades. Yeah, I can try and get him to spawn. Can't do him. And I need to go to Mount Baromesis, and the Marlboro's in Erot. So, what I'm going to do is quickly pick up the rewards for those 3 marks that I can do. So I will be meeting you back in the first location that I go to. Might be Erot. Alright, we are back at Erot for handing in our Marlboro hunt. So yes, save the trouble of having to view the slog back out of Giruvegun. So I've got Rael. I appreciate all that you have done for us. I have set Rena the task of seeing you rewarded for your bravery. But do not think this alters aught else. We have no further need for your assistance. Kira's. We had no need for human assistance. The wood warders would soon have dispatched that beast. Kira's. You are not yet well. Perhaps you should rest. Did you not bear the brunt of its stench? You did well to return to the village at all. I have never felt better. You would have me rest until the wood... Perhaps I still feel a touch dizzy. Alright, so... Got Chaos, and... You are our one? Yes, Rena. The stench drifting from the Feywood is no more. You have rid us of the wild Marlboro, have you not? Those taken ill have begun to recover. You have earned your bounty with honour. Take it. It comes from Rael herself. Alright, what do we got? We have forgot a pinewood chop and gill. Oh well. Rael learned of my call to the world outside for aid. I had thought she would upbraid me for my misdeed, but she made me bring that reward instead. Go now, with her thanks and my own. Alright, so that's that hunt handed in. Off to, I guess, the next one. Maybe Arcades. Catch you there. And now we're back in Arcades to go talk to the insecure Sikh. So, this is what it feels like to win a battle. Not bad at all. Thanks, boy. And some gear and a power vest. And we got the dusty letter. That's a whole bunch of extra hints. Well, that'll be useful. Not as easy impressing the ladies as I thought. Think I may need to kill something for myself before they start appreciating me. Or you can take a different tact and, I don't know, talk to them, share common interests. But we still have one more pit stop to go, and that's to someone in Mount Baromesis. Catch you there. Alright, and now we're at Mount Baromesis to talk to Inverness to get our reward for the Paisodemon that we slew in Giruvegun. So, you have saved the soul of my brother. In his place, I thank you. You are strong indeed. But do not fall victim to your own strength, or your companions will know the same despair as I. Do not become as my brother. So I guess his brother was the Paisodemon. He gives a lot of gil, and a longbow. And we have the Site 3 key, so we have full access to the Lushu mines. That's not bad, actually. So, if we got the Clan Primer, which I suspect might be on the Mind Flayer hunt that we haven't done, we might be able to do Gilgamesh, which would be fun, because I want to steal all his Genji equipment. See what the other Genji equipment is, because the Genji gloves was pretty good. See, giant worm skull. Or it looks like a giant worm skull. All the refugee camps here. But we got that dusty letter, so that means we have another 5 hints that we can go look at, and we'll just end up today with those 5 hints. Now, Cartography Moogle, hello. Sure is lonely out here these days. Yeah, tons of people, all the refugees. Alright, so our hints. So we got the dusty letter, 5 hints, and he didn't actually say how many other hints we had. But hint 1 we know, hint 2 we know, hint 3 we know, hint 4 we know, hint 5 we know. Hey, Giruvegun has a wind vein. We still haven't gotten that yet, actually. But that could be the hunt mark, the boss that we did there. Alright, 6. So mega weapon, yep, this one we know. So Bloodwing has something we can't do. Mind Flayer has a key item. Yep, that's why I suspect the Mind Flayer has the Clan Primer at this point. And no, the rest is interesting. So Earth Tyrant Wind Vein has something, but we've already done that. Wind Globe has allowed access, which doesn't matter, and we've done it. Pharos has Toxify, don't care. Acolyte Stone has First Aid, don't care. Goliath has something, we've done. Clan Primer, we've done that one, the Tamaj check. Fafnir has an ability. Okay, so Fafnir's not very useful to go after. Mosforan High Waist has an ability, don't care. Pharos has Serpent Wine Must. No, we already got that one. That was one of the Black Orbs. Roblon has a side key item. We've done that hunt. Worm Philosopher has an ability. We've done him. Pharos Vidarana Subterra has Slow, which we do not care about. Thextra has something. We well and truly have done that one. Dawn Shard has an item. Done. Draclaw has Faith. Where's that hiding in Draclaw? Interesting. Pharos has an ability. Don't care. Black Orb has something. Well, we've already gotten that one. Paraluster's got a second entry. Arcades has Countdown, and Corroboree has Blizzara, which I do not care about. So I would be 95% sure that Mind Flayer has the Clan Primer. Guess who I'm doing next time? Well, until next time, this is time for this out. Have a good one, guys.